evening, cyber friends. This is the Middy Man, and I'm coming back at you, Walker's Music with me yet. Another word, as a matter of fact, it's after midnight. It's Sunday morning now, but I want to say we're giving a shout out to the YouTube family, everybody. Giving honor to God. Most of all, we thank Him for life, health, and strength for as well as it is. I am really doing this here. This here going to be the Ignorant Brother in part 10, but it's going to be a different take tonight, people. A very, very different take. Matter of fact, bro, JT, I did see a couple of videos you just put up not too long ago, man, and I agree with you 100%, man. But I'm gonna say this one thing: as being a child of God, sometimes we have a very, very hard decision that we have to make in life when it comes to right and wrong. There's a fine line. There's no middle ground. You either right or you're wrong. And I know the tempers are very, very hot tonight about the recent thing that went on with this here George Zimmerman case. And Middy Man don't know too much about it, but all I know is it's a young boy that's dead today. And we got another young man was on trial for the, I guess, quote unquote, murder, manslaughter, whatever you want to call it. And we got to look at this thing. In other words, like I say, I'm sitting from a point of view that I know very little facts, very little at all, only what I've heard in the media. And you can't really rely on the media too much. But nevertheless, there are three entities that really knew what went on that night: Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman, God Himself. And we know that our brother Trayvon, he can't talk to us no more, not on this side. So therefore, that only leaves George Zimmerman, God Himself. So what Middy Man about to say, I'm saying, and I say it without any hesitation. I don't know the facts, other than I know that we got a boy dead. And we got one that's alive that a lot of people want dead right now. And so, being a child of God, we can never wish that. We don't perverse hate, but there is something called justice. There is something called justice. So what we and Middy Man is saying right about now is that from what, and I'm just saying, I'm speaking on the information that I got, all secondhanded. I don't know anything else other than to say what I've heard and what I've seen in the media. We see Brother George, he didn't even get a slap on the hand at all. He didn't even get a slap on the hand. So if that be the case, then why is everybody messing with Miss Paula Deen? Why don't we just leave her alone as well? I mean, come on, just get real with this thing. We talking about the ignorant brethren. See, this is the same thing that Apostle Paul and Jesus himself dealt with even back over 2,000 years ago, people. This is the same sort of ignorance. It doesn't make any sense at all. In other words, Brother JT, as you were speaking about your incident, that going to show you what kind of justice it is. Justice, they say, is blind. It sure is. Matter of fact, I'm going to say this here and I'm going to end this video. I remember back in the day, I used to watch a show called In the Heat of the Night. That was with my favorite actor, Archie Bunker, we call him. And Archie, in one of the episodes of the where they had Carol O'Connor, that's his name, but one of the episodes on In the Heat of the Night, I remember, if I remember correctly, somebody, this man's family got killed mercilessly. And the father just couldn't take it, couldn't handle it. And the guy was let off. The justice system let him off. But in the movie, if anybody remembers this movie, what happened, the father got him a high-powered rifle. And he ended up executing the guy that they let off in the court system by the deals and the lawyers making their deals. And I remember what Carol O'Connor Archer said, which was he was chief of police, and I remember when him Gillespie said, well, he said, I know now why this lady sat outside this courtroom. She have to wear blindfolds on because she get tired of you lawyers and this stuff making your deals. He said, now I wonder now, okay, you made a deal with that man. He said, but I wonder now, you're going to make a deal with the man that took revenge on his daughter. I think that's what it was. He said, y'all going to put on them blindfolds now. Who going to make the deal with him? Since you lawyers and stuff make so many deals. Gillespie made a great point, and I don't think I know somebody else beside me had to catch that. But if anybody remember that episode, please respond. Because Gillespie made a good point. He said, now who gonna, this white guy, his daughter was brutally murdered, I think. And he took it in his hand because he couldn't stand to see the man walk free. And when he shot this man, he said, now okay, Gillespie said, now, okay, you big shot lawyer, go on over there and make a deal with him. Are y'all gonna make a deal with him? Gillespie was proving a point. And that's what I'm saying tonight. We don't call for violence. We never, Minuteman will never endorse violence. But there is something called justice. And as I say it again, I say it one more time. God, George, and Trayvon knows exactly what happened that night. Exactly what happened. Trayvon can't talk. So what we need to do is like we did in other cases. We're going to have to go on. But one day there will be justice. Justice will be served one day. We know that. So we got to look at it. George got parents. Trayvon got parents. You got parents. No one wants to see their children, in other words, see them get a shady deal or get hurt in any kind of way. No one wants to see that. Therefore, that's how come I say sometimes we as believers be caught in a bad spot at times. But like I say, if we gonna allow this, why is the media keep on picking on Paula Deen? And then Brother JT, I'm gonna say this here, why they still got you on the internet? Good point, ain't it? With that being said, this is the Ignorant Brethren Part 10. Part 10. And Minuteman will see y'all on the next episode. This is Minuteman saying whatever you get into. If God is not in it, then you better get out of it. This is Minuteman saying peace. Good night.